Hello everyone, welcome to GuildRock Season 7.
Hello.
Is that the speech?
Yo!
What it's all about.
Before we start, I'd like to introduce our new members, Bangboomme and Natty.
Hey.
Natty's not here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone ready to start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Missing.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Greetings, viewers of the HoloNet. It is I, Imperial Captain Bangboomme, here broadcasting live from GuildRock Season 7. Woohoo! And all that kind of fun stuff. Things to announce before we actually get into the doing of the series. This one's going to be structured a little bit differently. Also, hi, I'm on GuildRock. You may have watched the Block SCP Season 4 finale. If you didn't, then it was a very final finale. Basically, that storyline's been going on since, like, back when I started my channel. I finally ended it. Period. Permanent. It's done. Right? So we're starting a whole new thing. There's a whole new lore thing, whole new storyline, whole new everything's going on. And one of the things that I'm doing, or I'm going to try to do, is if you saw my Season 7 trailer, that's the trailer for the cinematic series of GuildRock. There will be 2 separate series I'll be doing on here. The one is going to be this one, which is going to be the actual survival part of it, you know, the actual let's play, actual doing all that kind of stuff, the not storyline important things. So I imagine things, you know, like shop building and playing games, and a lot of the collabs will be done on this series. And then on the other one, the cinematic one, is going to be where more intensive storyline stuff is going to happen, and those videos are going to be a lot less frequent and few and far between, probably. But those ones are going to be the bigger ones, storyline-wise, right, cinematically. And then on here, it's just going to be, you know, normal survival things. And this will all be kind of the behind the scenes of the cinematic stuff, right? So we'll be building all the builds that will appear in the cinematic stuff on this series, and then you'll see it all in cinematic action. If that doesn't make any sense, then, you know, I apologize. That's about as clear as I can make it. But if you're excited for GuildRock stuff to happen, then smash that like button and let's get cracking. So the first things we have to do, as per the trailer, obviously I flew in with my super fancy little ship and I landed it over there somewhere. And obviously, as you can tell, there is no ship that's been landed over there, because otherwise you'd be able to see it by now. So, you know, that was all fancy editing, green screen stuff. And now I actually have to build the thing. So I'm going to have to go get a ton of resources, tons of gravel, tons of concrete, tons of gravel sand, tons of dyes, tons of all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to have to get it all over here and start recreating that build. But before we do that, I think we better chop down some of these trees around here. At this point, I decided that instead of cutting down trees with an unenchanted iron axe, I was going to go off, muck about with villagers for a little bit, and get my hands on fully enchanted diamond tools and armor. Wonder who I am looking for. Ah. So, I'm just kind of failing at remembering how to make videos. I keep not recording, and I'm just going around and just doing everything. So I finally caught myself. We went out, we got many gravel, many sand, 2 sugar boxes of each, and we did some squid hunting out there in the wild deep blue ocean place thing. And now we're starting to get to work on building the actual ship. If I remember, editor me will have some kind of, you know, screenshot or recording of the actual ship floating around on the screen in front of you. Woo! Fancy remembering to do editor bang stuff things. Yay! So yes, we're going to be building that thing. What I'm tentatively headcanon, it's not an official Star Wars vehicle from like anything I could find, like all the, you know, everything. I'm just making this all up because I think it's fun and cool. What I'm tentatively calling the Assassination-Class... No, that wasn't it. The Assassinator-Class Scout Starship. This one is called the Silencer. This particular one, the one that Imperial Captain Bangboomme has, right? The one that I, you know, here, me, Regal Power, all that, right? It's called Silencer. and I basically thought, what does a Star Wars ship looks like, and started trying to recreate that in Minecraft, and that's what I ended up with. So, you know, you can kind of tell it's got features from like Y-Wings and Venator, the Venator, bridge, and, you know, just all kinds of wacky stuff, all kind of smashed together into one ship. So we're going to build that thing right here, right now. I'm not going to, because I don't have a beacon, so it takes forever to mine blocks. So I'm not going to convert all the concrete right away. Instead, this bit of netherrack here is for me to place all of the concrete on. So I'm going to do all that, and then I'm going to come back through and, you know, water it all down. And I got to figure out what to do with you. Oh, I do suppose I do have Silk Touch now. We'll wait for nighttime, or for all the bees to get back inside. And then we'll just remove that and build this entire ship. And then we're going to have to do a whole bunch of terraforming around here to make the ground look like this place actually landed here. You know, we're going to have some smashed trees and all that, you know, make it look super cool and epic and all that. Anyway, I'm going to build the ship, and I shall be right back. Well, it's hard to get a good angle on this thing because I need to get myself an elytra. I believe there's some being sold in the shopping district, although they're insanely expensive, so I might have to check those out. But I'll do as best as I can, and we've got the main central hull of this thing done, and the landing pods and guns all attached to it. So now we just got to build the two massive engines, and of course the control command deck bridge thing. A little bit more work, and we'll have this thing fully set up and ready to go, and then we can start working on landscaping so we don't have things like this, because, you know, that's not very natural looking. And there she is, the silencer in all of her glory. We got all the guns, all the engines, all the bridge command place things, little attachment parts. And everything is fully put on, landing gears as well. As you can see, we're gonna need to rip out this entire layer of grass here to make this thing fit properly. And yeah, you might notice there's a couple of small texture differences. Basically, I decided just to kind of change up a bit of the coloration, because I didn't have any terracotta. And it's definitely not because, oh, we do wave thing, yes, hello. It's totally not because I was like lazy and didn't want to go back to the mesa. Definitely not having to do with wanting to go back to the mesa. Yes, I definitely didn't want to walk all the way out there, and I wasn't just lazy, and so I decided to do it out of concrete. It was definitely, I decided this, yeah, it's great. It's totally perfect. I'm not lazy at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's going fine. Everything is done except for one crucial little part. There are no engine banks on. So, yeah, I may have, you know, in the creative world, oh my gosh, so many people joining. I may have in the creative world been, you know, trying to design for style as compared to easy starter items. And these banks are made entirely out of frog lights. So I need to go out to a swamp, get some frogs, and get them to eat magma cubes and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, it's time to put all the stuff away, sort out everything, grab some leashes, and head off to a mangrove swamp, which I realize I haven't even been to, like, officially on this channel. I've never been to a mangrove swamp before. Oh my goodness, what has happened to me? College has stolen the last like 5 updates away from me. It's so sad. You know, I just remembered that I was going to like record clips of getting the frog and, you know, searching for them and seeing mangrove swamp and all that kind of stuff. And I completely forgot. So now I'm just, you know, dragging this frog here over to a nice basalt delta so I can, you know, stick him on a whole bunch of magma cubes. I'm doing really bad at remembering how to record videos. Well, this place is working quite well. It's not super fancy, not super automatic or anything, but it's working well enough for my needs. I only need, I think, less than a stack of these things. So hopefully not too much longer, and I should have all that. Basically, all I have to do is just unload the area, then walk back over, and make sure that more will spawn. And then I just run in. You know, I've got full diamond armor with protection, so I can survive for a little while in there. I break down the bigger ones into the smallest little magma cubes, and then frog guy in there, chews them up, gives me all of these. Not quite far enough. So it works pretty well. Just got to do this, you know, for, I don't know, maybe probably 10 minutes more, and we can be back and get those engine banks completely finished off and ready to roll, so we can hunt down some rebels and all that kind of fun stuff. And there we go. All of the engine banks are now in, and we've got 13 fragolites to spare. That's very excellent. Oh my gosh, if I had a lighter right now, I would so do a flyby of this thing, but I don't, so I won't. What we're gonna do next, now that we've got the actual shell of the thing constructed, there's gonna be an interior. This thing's my starter base, so, you know, all my starter basey stuff is gonna go inside of here, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do when I go to cinematic videos, because, you know, it'd be weird for me to have starter basey stuff in there, because it's supposed to be a working, functioning ship. Anyway, we need a way to get inside, so I need to, you know, Captain Imperial, Captain Bangboomme, who just, you know, landed his ship here and all that kind of fun stuff, needs to open the exit hatch so he can get out. So let me do that real quick. And just like that, we've now got our entrance in and out of the silencer. So now we got all this area to work with, all this little area around here, and the bridge, of course, which, of course, the bridge is actually going to have to look like a bridge. So I can't, you know, do starter base stuff in there, but it's going to have to look, you know, fairly advanced, you know, for recording in there. Ignore the netherrack. Yeah, so we got all this area. There's some places in here, like the engines. I'm probably going to build actually proper engine rooms, so it actually looks like, you know, this thing can function. But a lot of just space, you know. We can build this out, make this into a nice little starter base for ourselves, try and hide some small little things in here, you know, for recording cinematic video purposes. So, you know, we can just have like I mean, we can have like sections in here, build like bulkheads inside this main hull area, so then we can have just certain areas that are usable for cinematic purposes and other areas that are not. But anyway, with all this done, we could probably start moving all that inside here, because that all does need to go inside here somewhere. But what I want to do first is work on getting all the terraforming around this area done. So like I said, we're going to get all of this land kind of flattened out to make it look like the plane, you know, the ship could actually land here. And then I think it'd be kind of cool to have it look like there was some disturbance where these things actually landed, you know, kind of mess up the ground a little bit, get some coarse dirt, get some regular dirt, you know, make it look like it caused a little trail of wreckage as it flew in. And I want to muck with some of the trees around here. I want to get a whole bunch. I'm gonna have to, I should have, when I chopped down all the trees over here, I should have gathered the leaves. But I want it to look like, you know, as the exhaust from the engines just kind of knocked over a ton of the trees back here. And then I need to repopulate this area to make it look like this thing actually landed on the trees, just kind of crush the trees out of the way. So I want to get some like trees like underneath here, like a birch tree just leaning off at an angle, as it was just here, and like some that just got straight up got snapped off by the weight of this ship. Because, you know, I think that'd be pretty cool, and I think it'd tell a fun little story about, you know, how this ship came to actually be here. So I'm going to just, I guess, start digging out all the dirt and getting some resources, getting some birch wood, getting some birch leaves, and probably trying to get some extra dirt just to work with around here. And then I'll be back once we get this place a little more set up and ready to go. And a couple hours later, I have a new respect for people who do this kind of terraforming on a larger scale. And we're done. So we've got now the wonderful little ship, which has, you know, kind of smashed a little bit of the forest down through here. Yeah. You know, a little bit of wreckage. So it wasn't necessarily the smoothest of landings. So you see the right here, all of the landing gear. Yeah, I guess landing gear works, right? Yeah, all of these things, they kind of skidded a little bit, you know, as you came in for the landing. You didn't quite line up properly, and it kind of slid for a bit, and so you just get some trees that are just, you know, I mean, that whole area just got sliced off by that engine, just sliced off right there. That's that. These trees back here, unfortunately, got hit in the full blast of this engine. So, yeah, you know, just a little bit of wreckage here, and then you know, there's one tree that, yeah, got flung all the way over there, and just trees all over the place. I really like how this turned out. I think it looks kind of, you know, it kind of tells a little story. You can kind of see where you know, some of the trees that were in direct line of the landing gear, you know, kind of got smashed down into the ground. This tree here just straight up got ripped from the ground by the engine, and carried along. And it was just a lot of fun, just kind of doing all these little details, these little things. And now the silencer is fully in place as it landed. So, you know, I can record like the first clip of the next cinematic video, which is literally just, you know, Captain getting off the ship and going, oh my gosh, this is a mess. And I realized that we're probably going to have to clean all of that up, because that's probably going to be what he's going to do. And yeah, this is, building set pieces for one shot that are then going to be cleaned up. It's kind of dumb, honestly. I don't know why I'm doing this. I've got a lot of work to do figuring out everything that's going to happen in that video, and moving stuff in, working, getting ready for the next episode of the actual Let's Play set piece behind the scenes thing. So I'm going to end it there. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like, and remember to subscribe if you have not done so already, and let me know in the comments what you think about this format of, you know, this one being just the kind of behind the scenes of storyline stuff, and then the actual storyline being completely separate. Let me know what you think about that. I think it's going to be interesting as I wrap my head around trying to do that, and also, you know, around just trying to remember how to record videos in general, because I'm still, you know, that's still a thing I'm struggling to do. I'll see you all hopefully in the next video. I've even forgotten how to do outros. Look at me go. And I hope that you're excited for the remainder of GuildRock Season 7. I know I am. I'm very excited to get people's involved in this wacky, crazy storyline that I'm going to be doing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Imperial Captain Bangboomme, signing off.